What's up, Larry? Ain't sure what we're gonna do tonight. I don't really have anything ready. We'll just kind of see where it goes. I got a few I need to tie up. Um, let's see. Got this bag of jig heads right here. I think we're gonna fool around with these for a little bit tonight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 jig heads in there. All of them different colors. Let's just do something all different colors and see what we come up with. Don't forget, if you get on tonight, like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Get a few more people in here. We'll check and see where everybody's at, where everybody's from. I think I'm getting a good connection. It says I'm getting a good connection. We will find out. Let's start out with this turquoise one. A lot of different colors in that. There's a turquoise blue, a little bit of silver, a little bit of black. There's a lot of things we can do with that. We can try to keep that head matched, or we can just totally come up with something on our own. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the drawer up. I'm going to see what Chanel I come out with first. And I think we'll make it a hackle. I think we'll tie some hackle in it. Let's see if we got the vise adjusted right. It's a little loose. There we go. We got a bite on it now. We're probably going to be using maybe... It's kind of light for what I'm going to be tying. It's light for what I usually tie. But sometimes you got to make stuff work, and that's the first one up. It's in a bobbin. We're going to give it a shot first and see what happens. 36 denier. It's something blue. DOC blue. Not sure what DOC means, but we'll give it a shot. And we are going to go with Winter Rum Blue, New Age Chenille from Cascade. That's what we got. New Age Rum. I'm not sure what makes Winter Run Blue is what it is. I don't know where the hell I came up with New Age Rum. Holy cow. Let's see what we got. We're going to go with some throw some blue hackle in that. And there's a couple of those jigs up there that I can put that blue hackle in. I think I probably will. Maybe throw some white in. This is normally my normal jig tying setup. I open a drawer, see what's going to match, see what's going to look good in it, and that is what I pick out. And we're going to start it out with blue hackle. Enrique, what's up? So, get our thread here straightened out. You ever get that where it gets on the other side of your bobbin sometimes? Time to just pull it out and start over. Actually, I was debating on whether or not to go with a white and just color it in blue. Could almost do black to color the Chanel. Black ain't gonna hurt. No, black would go good with it. Let's pull that out. Everybody get on there, let me know where you're from. Give us a thumbs up. Ain't no problem for likes on those jigs. Those look good. I like those. I'm going to start out putting Sally Hansen's because I couldn't find them. There it is right there, buried underneath my hackle. Kind of moved my vise out just a little bit to get a little bit closer to the camera. The last live feed, it was so far away you couldn't tell what I was tying or what I wasn't tying. Let's go with, a lot of people ask me how I choose what hackle and how I cut it. I look for these really sharp tips is what I look for. Always look for the sharp tips. I'm horrible about it. I will go through here and I will cut out every single sharp tip, leave all my V's. But since we're going to do these live on YouTube tonight and we're going to probably be giving them away, we're going to go with all the sharp material in it. I think we're going to go with a good sharp white one. And I think we're going to cut a V out of a white one and use it also. See this big old fat oddball one right here? Not going to use it for nothing, but I'm going to use that one for my V's. That's the one I always pick. If you take your finger, put your finger right up in there against that, put your scissors on that stem, just clip it off. That truly is an ugly feather and has been butchered up pretty good, so we're gonna just reach in here and cut a couple more out. That's one V I'm gonna use in it. I think we'll cut out one more, a little bit smaller. So I've got, we're going to take a white one and a blue one. Stack them right on top of each other. I'll take this one V. I'm running it all the way up to the head. And we're going to put another blue one on top of that V. Most all the material I get, every bit of material you usually see me tying with, all came from Plateau Fly Shop in Springfield, Missouri. And I don't know if you've got any local trout streams or anything like that about where you live at, but if you do, check around those areas because you can usually find a fly shop somewhere in the trout fishing streams.
Have you ever used goose feathers?
I haven't for a long time. Actually, I don't know if I got any. My other choice other than using hackle is ostrich hurl. I like to use ostrich. There's a lot of things you can do with ostrich feathers that you can't do with normal hackle. I like to make kind of like crazy legs with the ostrich hurl. Sometimes I use it in the body, but not very often do I use it as my only tail material. Usually the ostrich feather's got, I usually use it different than I do my hackle feather. That's what we got so far. Yeah, sometimes you end up at a point where you might have to order a lot of stuff offline, and I'm pretty fortunate that I've got a shop somewhere close by where I can go get all my stuff from. I like to be able to see it and feel it. I don't trust it a lot offline unless I'm getting it from someplace like Hairline Dubbin or even Cascade, because I know for sure if I order from Cascade now, if I order size 2, I know it's going to work out good for 16th and 8th ounce jig heads. That is a size 2. I got used to a long time with just small, mediums, and large from Cascade or from Hairline Dubbin. And when I started getting stuff from Cascade, you know, I had to start learning size 1, size 2, and things like that. And I'm pretty sure there's a chart, a book, a guide somewhere that can help you get it like that. gonna make not a bad looking jig.
Does Jason sell jigs already painted you a ones we
I don't know if Jason sells them painted or not. I don't believe so. I know he sells the paint and sells the heads. Might maybe be able to get him to paint them, but I'm not really sure. I've never asked him about it. I've never heard him talking about painting any. But I've seen the equipment there to do it, so there's a chance that he might. But honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he does or not. And you can check him out if you go to Facebook, Jason Brummel, Jason's Tackle, or Jason's Tackle on eBay. And I'm pretty sure you can message him there like that. He'll probably get back a hold of you. Do I think I'll ever sell them painted or sell the heads, or what parts you talking about? I do sell some painted. I'm still working on Lyle Stokes' huge order. I've been working a lot of overtime though. I haven't had a chance to put as much time into it as I used to. Hopefully, maybe that's going to start getting better. It might start getting worse. I'm not really sure. That's what we got so far with the first one. We get up over 30. Get a hold of me afterwards, Rob. We'll figure out what we can do. I might take another order on maybe. That's what we got so far. We get up over 30 people. We hit above 30 people tonight. We'll give all these away that I'm tying. It's pretty cool, and I like that. I like that flashy head in that one. Let's go to a purple. I think on this one we are going to do Junebug colors. Good morning. We're going to do some marabou in that one. Figure out what body I want on it.
Larry says, great one for the start. You think you'll do any with crazy legs work too?
I don't know. We might try something with maybe some legs in it tonight. Maybe. We're going to be using this in this jig. We're going to use out of chartreuse thread. Imagine that. Actually, I think we're going to go right back using the blue one.
Do you also get marabou from the flash shop?
Yep. Get all my marabou. Get absolutely everything I order, I tie with, all comes from Plateau Flash Shop. Everything. Only thing, a lot of what I got that I haven't gotten from the Flash Shop is a lot of this flash. I bought so much of it bulk off of Amazon, and that seemed like it was the only thing I was getting from Amazon at the time that I thought was halfway decent. And it's probably the only thing I'll get from Amazon like that is my flash. Some flash I did get from the Flash Shop. There's a few specialty colors down there. That's a good group of guys down there at that Flash Shop. They will hook you up. They'll help you out. Let's do... I done said I was going to do the marabou, didn't I? we're going to pull right off the end of this marabou feather right here. Work it out with my fingers. I feel like there's as much air as what I want. Going length of the jig head and probably almost another length of the jig head on that one. And we're going to pinch it off right there. And just like I do with the hackle and everything else, pull it out, get it nice and even. Let's tighten down. I've gave marabou a pretty bad rap, and it's nowhere near as bad a tie width as what I say it is. It will actually make a very nice looking jig, and will actually have a lot of action with it. We are going to tie in some kind of chartreuse flash with this one, I believe. Let's go with the chartreuse crystal flash. Let's go 2 pieces. We'll double it over. And then I'm going to put a couple pieces of purple in there with it. And we'll call this our Junebug Marabou. So that's going to be a pretty flashy jig right there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And we are going with purple tinsel chenille. Pretty sure this is medium size. Like I said, we'll call this one the Junebug. 402 Jigs and Tackle. How's it going tonight? I got one of those rare nights off of work. Didn't do a live feed last night because underneath my house is flooded from all the rain. We've been trying to get all that water out. Get a whip finish on it. And there it is. Number 2. I got a little too much marabou off on one side of it. Well, actually, it come back over pretty good. Actually, I didn't come out bad. Nice looking jig. It's number 2. we get up to 30 people, we need 15 more, and we'll give away that bunch. And then I got some in another bag waiting to be given away the exact same way too. We're gonna top one more just like that one, because that's the last color of those jig heads I got. Candy purple. Let's roll this one just a little bit shorter this time. Where's everybody from tonight? Who's the furthest one away on here? Kind of curious. I'll pull out a marabou feather. We're going to take about half of that. Yeah, right there is what we're going to take. Still going to make kind of a thick tail, but it's going to be pretty nice right there, I believe. Pull out some of those short fibers. Pull out some from the other end. Don't forget to pull the ones out of that end. They will come out there. Might not look like it sometimes, but there's always a few short, straggly ones stuck in there. Seattle. You might win tonight. Like I said, don't overlook marabou, no matter how much I've complained about it. Go turn that big light on. No matter how much I complain about it, it still does tie a very nice looking jig. In there. And let's see, let's go. Yeah, much better. Pull that flash right there. I cut that a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that flash in halfway down. I'm going to come all the way back up. I might trim those down. No way, that's a long way away. That's definitely got, who was that? Smartmouth from Germany? Dang. Put a chartreuse piece of crystal flash in there also. Come back up right there. I like this one better than the first one because the tail come out so much more uniform, a little more compact. It ain't quite as long as the other one.
Oh, that's why he said good morning. It's 3:30 a.m.
That's why you said good morning. I thought maybe, well, actually, I wasn't really sure.
Makes sense.
That's pretty cool. We got someone in the house from Germany. Had an uncle who lived in Germany. Actually, his wife and kids all still live in Germany. Get that brushed on. Now let's wrap it on. And with this Tinsel Chanel, I go heavy on the body. I go a few extra. I kind of overlap it as I'm tying it on. I built his body up to try to match the thickness of that head. Come back over and strap it down. Go back this way and strap it down one more time. There it is, right there. The June bug. That's a nice one. That jig comes out pretty good. I like that June bug color, the chartreuse, the purple. Makes for a nice looking jig. What's everybody else's favorite go-to color? Anybody got one? Anybody got something crazy? It makes for a cool jig. I like that. That is the last one of those purple color style heads like that I got. Trying to think what I want to do next.
Pink and white with a lot of gold flash.
Pink and white with a lot of gold flash. Let's see what I got. I'm hoping I got a pink and white head painted here somewhere.
Chrome head with green and pink tail.
Actually, let's do this one first. The wedge head. Enrique Salverda sent me those. Awesome looking little jig heads. I like that shape. I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about by now when I say the wedge heads. A lot of people around here call them hatchet heads. But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat looking head. Let's see what we got for it. A little tight one. Let's do pink thread.
Enrique says, "You ready to try some axe heads next?"
Well, you know I'm ready to try the axe heads. Hatchet heads, wedge heads, axe heads, new age style minnow heads, pill heads. I started out with just a round ball head. That's all. That was it. That was all I was going to tie with. Enrique Salverda, I love jigs, started sending me all these other ones. And if y'all have not checked him out yet on Facebook, I love jigs. Check him out. See what you think about him. I promise you, the service you're going to get from him is unbelievable. You order jig heads, you got them in the mail a lot sooner than you would for most people. And I can't say enough about them. They make some of the prettiest jig heads I have ever tied with. I don't have one here with an eye glued in it to show you, but check him out. I love jigs. I promise you, you are going to like his jig heads. You name it, he has got it.
Enrique's going to send you a sample of
Yeah, kind of a clown pattern. Let's do pink. Let's do a white body. Let's do a gold tail. After I get all that all over my fingers and everywhere.
Smart mouth guy from Germany says, "Hope your uncle's family didn't get flooded. We had some terrestrial rainfalls last week in Germany too. It's pretty catastrophic."
Yeah, the rainfall here has been pretty catastrophic too. I don't think they got flooded out. I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth. My goat tail, when I tie goat tails, Crystal Flash, some regular tinsel flash. This is what I put in my tails. So I'm going to start out with these first. The tinsel Chanel. I'm sure there's a better name for it than tinsel Chanel, but right now it does not come to mind at all. But we're going to cut off a small pinch of that right between my fingers. Reach up there, cut that off. Let's make sure we cut it right. We're going to push that around the shank of the hook. A couple good loose wraps. We're going to stop right there. And we're going to put in a little bit of Crystal Flash on top of it. Anybody, if you get to fish this weekend, and that's my tail so far for my gold one. Then we have got small. Can't think of the name of this either. I took it out and packed, put it back in the pack, and I'm pretty sure that is not bubble gum. Pretty sure that is as white gets. And we're going to tie this white Chanel body in. We're going to leave a pink collar around the neck. We're going to start it just a little bit back behind the head. Wrap it up to the point of your hook. Let's go back up here. We're cutting ourselves out of room right there. So we're going to be careful how much more we add into that other than just our normal wrap. I probably should have started further back here with my Chanel and worked my way up. But I think we've got enough room. I think we can make it work. Got too much stuff in the way. Pull it back over. Yeah, that's the way they do here too when it rains like that. It turns into red clay soup. Nine more people, we'll give some away. We can do it. Pink head, white body, gold tail. I don't know if that's really what I seen when I first thought of it, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna try something a little bit different. I just ran across these heads yesterday. I realized I had them, hadn't done nothing with them, so we are going to tie something a little bit different tonight. These are 1/16 ounce Roadrunner jig heads. I'm going to do it just like I do any underspin jig. I'm going to put it at an angle just to kind of help keep that blade out of my way as I'm tying it. And what we are going to do is we're going to try not to butcher it up, because this is, out of all of them, this is the easiest one to end up with your thread all wrapped up around that. Now you can take that blade off. You can unsnap that O-ring. You can have all that completely out of your way and not have to worry about getting tangled up in it. I've abused my hands welding the last 30 years. I don't have the fingertips anymore to get a small blade like that off. And I'm afraid if I ask Zach to do it, I'm going to end up going to the emergency room to get that hook out of his hand. So we're going to figure out the next best thing to do, and that's just to get it out of your way. Flop it off to the side, and get a little bit of glue on it. And I think this one we are going to do, I'm not sure yet. We're going to put some hack on it, some pink hack on it. SK in the house. What's up, SK? We're going to do that. Cut that tag end off there, get it out of your way. Thought I had the pink hackle out earlier. I'm kind of hoping I didn't run out and use the last bit of it I had. Those pinks.
Eric, do you know they make a special pair of pliers to put those split rings in blades?
Yep, and I still don't have the fingers, even with that little blade, to do it. I probably could, but I think we're just going to go with it, like leave that blade on there. I don't take them off unless I absolutely 100% have to take it off. And I've just kind of got myself so used to tying around it that usually,
She uses rubber band.
yeah, rubber band works. That rubber band does work. I've used that before too. I think when I first started doing it, I used a piece of tape. Put another small piece of hackle in it. Something small, something. I know a lot of people around here that fish these roadrunners. Horse heads. I've heard them called 50 million things. And I'd always call them roadrunners. I think that's the name of the package that was on the package, but the first time I bought them, that's just kind of all I ever knew them by, was that. Let's tie that back in. That was long enough. We can get several wraps out of that one. I don't want to cut it off, throw it back over there, so we're just going to make a little extra flash out of it. Up to 25. I used to buy a lot. Actually, this is probably how I got into tying. Was I would buy certain baits and just kind of redo them myself the way I wanted to. I'd tie in pieces of flash. I'd add pieces of tail to them, and not till like the last 5, 6 years I actually got more serious about just tying the whole thing. But it's kind of how I got my start doing all this, was this right here, especially with road runners. And they're cool. Don't overlook them. They're usually easy to find. Most box stores, Walmart, Academy. That's probably where these came from, was Academy in Springfield. But don't overlook that stuff like that. You can always buy a bait and add to it. Buying just plain old crappie hooks. If you fish just minnows, a lot of times I would buy just crappie hooks and I'd tie a little feather onto the back of a crappie hook or some rubber legs to it and just use that to help out my normal something, just to have something a little bit different, something for that confidence boost. Just find something and add to it. Make it the way you want to. Just there's no right or wrong way, or there's no rule saying you can do this. You have to do it like this. Make it yours. Thousands of sauger jig. Yeah, we used to do that too. Me and Dad would sit up late at night at the kitchen table and take fingernail polish and paint our own jig heads for the Ohio River when we were sauger fishing. I tied a lot of jigs up this year for people sauger fishing. A lot of orange and chartreuse, blacks and greens. But like I said, get you a little road runner, spruce it up, make it how you want it. You could tie up whatever you want, whatever your imagination wants you to tie, or whatever color you feel like would work. I had that thing stuck in my finger and just threw it across the garage. That was actually one of my favorite things to do crappie fishing, was to try to come up with something a little bit different, something a little more unique, something that was just mine. I don't know if I have a specific fall color. I know my orders will start going back up, like within the next month or two. But there's no set pattern for me of just a wintertime color, just a summer. Well, I guess I can't really say that. I usually a lot of silvers and whites in the summertime. But I don't believe I have a specific one just for fall. And I got some of these cheap ones from China, and I'm almost out of them. Some cheap underspin ones come in a box on Amazon. They were kind of pricey, but they were kind of lacked quite a bit in the paint department. But they made good underspin jigs, and I did them the same way. I just bought them, spur of the moment thing, ran across them on Amazon, and just started kind of tying some of my own jigs with them. Until Enrique hit me up with all his beautiful jig heads. Now I tie a lot of his. Let's go back with some more marabou on this one. Just untied my whole bobbin.
Did you see the foxtails one?
Nope. What was it?
Do you like to try it with foxtails?
I've only used foxtail one time, and it wasn't bad. I didn't mind tying with it. I would probably tie with it again. does that do with my bobbin threader?
What?
My bobbin threader got a yellow handle on it. But when it, like I said, when it comes to just fall, just strictly fall colors, I don't think I have a specific fall color. Does anybody else, or is that just me? I think I'm gonna tie this one, and that might be about it. We was 9 people away from having enough to do a giveaway, and we still might, or I might just keep saving them up until I get one big show one night and just give away a bunch of stuff. But this one will probably be it. I think I done butchered that marabou up. Let's take this one right here. Cut that one off. Let's tie that in. I'm gonna put a little more on the back side. We're a little bit open back here, so we're gonna add to that. And this isn't quite chartreuse marabou. It's more like kind of an olive color. Might be old. So it's gonna be kind of bushy. It's gonna be kind of a thick tail. A little bit of pink flash in this one. Let's cut that off right there. Shorten it down just a little bit. Keep all of our flash where it's right in the middle of our body. Right there. Kind of a watermelon looking color. Too much right there on that one. and that is what we got. Come out pretty good. Like I said, I think that's all I got tonight. Wasn't going to make it a full hour like last week. Send me a message. Let me know what you think. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll add to the pile for next week. We hit 30 next week. We'll give away those. We'll just keep adding to it until we get more people watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think.